Awez, and today we're reacting to Cool Teachers Are Ruining Children by Omizi. Cool teacher. Kind of stupid because it was basically the teacher trying to act like cool or trying to act very, I'm one of you guys in school, so we can actually like him. And it always ended badly. We never really liked that teacher. So without further ado, comment, like, subscribe. Let's start.
Gimme meow, gimme her, gimme funds. In the boardroom looking bored cause I'm not here for pleasing a man.
Are we not getting tired of the professional?
I'm not gonna focus in those classes. I'm not gonna focus. Not. I'm sorry. Not gonna focus. Those last two classes, I'm not focusing. I'm not. I'm just looking at the teacher the whole time. That's how it is. No focus
being
at all.
Unprofessional. There's been this growing trend going around, especially with the content creation, social media, TikTokification era that we do live in now, where everybody wants to share every single aspect of their lives. And because the mundane and the boring don't necessarily make it to the FYP pages for everybody to see, they want to live it up. They want to make it be as big as possible, even to the extent of doing things that are unprofessional. And while this video might stem from the teacher claiming to be the cool teacher, which in and of itself, I don't even understand why that's something that people would strive to be. That's a little oxymoronic. But while this video might stem from the cool teacher comments, unprofessionalism has been bleeding into professional environments for a long time now. We're losing the recipes. It's the reason why I had to put on my Sunday's best in order to show people that yes, you can still wear a tie and look good. If I do say so myself, look a little handsome.
If I may say so myself.
Teachers have a tendency to get upset with what the students consider the cool teachers. As a person that I guess you can say that students would consider like, oh, I want to be in this class. It's like, you can't be mad at that teacher for being who they are. You're holding bitterness against the wrong thing. And if you're a cool teacher, you get it. Not that we want to be cool, is that the students make you a pillar of resources, emotional stability, whatever feels like home. The students themselves make you that.
Now, I'm going to put on my old head hat for a second. I grew up in an era where there was a clear distinction between authority figures and your friends. The authority figures weren't striving to be cool. They were authority figures. They were well-respected. They were sought to as people who had a voice and respected opinion, and they were intelligent, etc., etc. Now, I think a common misconception in this conversation is that these teachers now have to conform to whatever respectability politics that are laid out by some bigger, wider, vaster system that has control over, minorities and that are putting down people. And I'm saying no to that. Like, I don't think that dreads make you less of a person to listen to. Like, that doesn't make you less intelligent because maybe you have a different hair color or you have an ear piercing or something like that. I don't think that that's what that is. The problem becomes when you believe that all these norms that are in place just serve no purpose at all and we should just let them all go. Why is it not strange that a teacher is striving to be the cool teacher around a bunch of teenagers? And the way that he's going about doing that is not by being a great listening ear, not by being understanding, not by doing a bunch of different math problems and meeting them where they are. But no, he's depicting that based off of how he dresses, at least in the video shown online. I know people aren't going to want to hear this, but there are certain professions in which you have to be professional through and through, from tip.
So it's almost like how those people that would like to they want to buy the best clothes, they want to buy the best shoes, they want to buy the new car, but when you go to their house, they don't even have polony, bro. Polony is not there, bro. They don't have bread, bro. They don't have a bed, bro. They don't got nothing, Joe. They sleeping on the floor. Better, they didn't even buy the house. They're renting, dog. Even the car that they have, it's not even bought. It's rented, bro. Maybe it's that type of energy. Like, they want to look like successful without actually being successful in the first place. They want the image, not the actual thing. Or they're rushing for the image. I don't know, bro. I really don't know. Let's carry on. Let that man carry
I don't want to see my teacher for my kid doing some sort of TikTok dance in the damn classroom, especially when I know what these test scores are in America. Like, I just don't want to see that. And it seems like every time we have this conversation, people feel as if we're putting people down. But the reality is these teachers enjoy the attention from their students more than anything. And that right there is weird.
Let's just keep it real and admit that some teachers enjoy attention from students. I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher for a long time, almost 10 years. And one thing that I noticed really quick was when I would wear fitted clothing, kids noticed. They noticed.
Look at me like she can hear me. What the freak? But yeah, but she's kind of cute though. She's kind of cute. No, I don't care what you say. She's kind of cute.
I remember one year, kids accused me all year of having a BBL. After that year, I decided, you know what? I'm not wearing tight clothes to school anymore because that's not the kind of attention that I want at school. But there's a time and a place for everything, right? Like wearing those tight clothes, those tight skirts, low cut clothes, not for school. The big part of being a teacher is just modeling how to navigate the world, modeling how to dress appropriately.
We've all been in these situations before. Students getting specialized treatment from the cool teacher, teachers wanting to fit in by knowing the songs and the dances, or watching the television shows that the kids are watching, listening to the music, trying to be a part of the in crowd. Those people have not mentally passed where they are when they were in those same classrooms, sitting in those same desks. They're not getting attention from somewhere else, so they're gonna get it from people who are forced to spend 8 hours a day with them. Looking at the teacher in the beginning, there are pictures of him showing his midriff off. There's even outfits where he's like showing that he has a grill in his mouth. Like, why does nobody think that that is like not okay? And before I get the crowd of people in the comments that are saying, yo, if I had a teacher who dressed this way, I would pay more attention, I would respect my teacher more.
He's dressing like y'all, gents, though. He's literally dressing like y'all, bro. I don't want a teacher that dresses like me, dog. Respectfully, I don't. I don't want a teacher that dresses like me. I don't. Unless maybe in uni. And even then, dog, like, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'd be more willing to learn. That's cap. We just need to full stop and not say that. There's studies out there that talk about how looks, being attractive or unattractive, can have effects on whether students are paying attention to a teacher or not. And there's also studies that show that, hey, dressing a certain way, dressing more professionally, proceeds to then give students a higher value. Like, they view you just better in the grand scheme of things. I know that sounds crazy, but we are programmed a certain way. To me, one of the reasons why I want to stop this and nip this in the bud is because when that slope starts to get slippery, it starts to slide in left, right, sideways, all the way downhill. When I was young, there were boundaries set with the people that were considered professionals in my life, whether it be teachers, doctors, attorneys, or whoever the case may be. But nowadays, when I scroll social media, I see things like teachers getting their hair braided with their students in class during class time, which is insane and out of pocket and totally inappropriate. And then I also see these teachers doing these like long, lengthy handshakes, hugging their students, etc., etc. Now, I would hope that a lot of people agree with me that the teacher getting his hair undone by the students is weird as hell. Like, he's claiming that it makes a deeper connection with his students. What more deeper of a connection do you need than to just, give them their assignments? I don't know, make sure that they're passing their classes. But even as I extend over to the woman that is doing the handshakes, one of the main problems that I have is that we're showing the kids' faces now. We're not even like blurring the kids.
Hold up. Before we get to the whole blurring of kids' faces, I think it's cool to have a good relationship with your teachers because, again, these children are people that are gonna see you for about 5 years or 7 years, depending on which they either they're in high school or primary. So yeah, having a good relationship with them is a good thing because, well, now if you ever have a problem and they can't talk to their parents or they can't talk to any other adults, they're gonna talk to you. You know what I'm saying? You can be their role model. So having a good relationship with your students is a good thing. But yeah, it is weird that you're gonna post it. It is weird, and it is weird that you're doing it while you're teaching. So yeah.
faces. You've got your social media presence out there so much that you're showing what seems to be like little kids' faces on the internet. When are the professionals gonna be professional? And it only makes it worse because we've enabled this behavior for so long that it allows people to become ultra defensive when somebody tries to correct them for their actions.
During this time.
Why are you crying?
Hey, bestie. I really hope that you see this message. How are you?
Nigga, why are you crying?
I hope that you're okay.
Why is this man crying?
You so much, and we really want you to know that we love you and we miss you so much. And can't wait for you to come back.
Why are you crying?
Yeah, that's that same teacher who was having the kids undo his hair. He got suspended, and this is how he responds, in the freakiest, nastiest way possible. I don't think people really realize this, but you spend a lot of your formative years in a classroom. Teachers ultimately become role models. I know that people talk about your households and your family and stuff like that having a major influence on you, but think about it. A professional person in a professional setting, the first time that you usually see those is potentially the doctor when you're like a kid or whatever the case may be, but then also a teacher in the classroom. They are role models to the world. And if they aren't upholding those standards, well, then it makes sense how we can then go into life not understanding, yo, there should be some standard for how I don't know, go do an interview.
So I just got dress coded during an interview. And then they decided to reschedule the interview with me for tomorrow. But before they rescheduled, the lady was like, would you like to come back? Like go change and then come back? And I was like, no. These are the shorts. Let me turn some side for y'all. These are the shorts.
You're an idiot.
This young woman is flabbergasted at the fact that she got flagged for dress code.
Dumb.
I mean, you have on shorts to an interview. And I don't even want to say that it's your fault. You weren't taught while you were in...
Wait, I shouldn't be cussing again. I'm sorry. I said this in the last video. I'm going to stop trying to cuss and stop trying to be negative. I'm sorry. I'm sorry again. She doesn't know better. Let's say that. Those are the words. You know, it's not violent, dog.
Well,
it's not violent,
cool
guys.
Teacher who was wearing basketball shorts and a t-shirt and being unprofessional to the students and the whole environment as a whole. So you think that this is normal. When you get into a professional setting, this is what you're supposed to do. But I'm here to tell you, hey, no, that's not it. But every action doesn't just happen as a one-off. People become unprofessional because the standards weren't set and met at the beginning of their life, right? The teachers dress a certain way, they pass the interview looking a certain way, and then they come into the office dressed for a professional corporate job, getting off their office siren fits.
How to dress like an office siren. First, start with a fitted blouse, turtleneck, or high neck tank. Next, a pencil skirt or low-waisted fitted trousers. For shoes, a pointed kitten heel. Put your hair either up and a little undone or down and sleek. The most important part, a pair of rectangular glasses.
So definitely the skirt is way too short and the thigh highs are definitely making it worse, particularly the...
It's like a porno. Yeah. So this one here, it's like a porno. It is. No, look at it. No, look at it. Let me remove this. Yeah. Haven't seen a porno. No lie. How do I know this? Research.
Visible. I think if that skirt was a couple inches longer, I probably would never say anything. I think it's cute outside of this. Like, I wouldn't wear this to work.
It's not even just that the outfits themselves are outrageous, but the concept of being something that is luring men or luring women or luring people's attention in a sexual manner at work is what's really kind of throwing me off. Like, I can already tell that these people who are putting on these outfits have never worked in a corporate building because first and foremost, it's cold. Like, nobody's wearing those things to this cold environment. I'm just trying to stay bundled up and warm so I don't go to sleep. But second off, and most importantly, I'm not trying to get Janice from accounting to be turned on sexually by the things that I have on. Now, if it happens to happen while I have a polo shirt on, that's a whole different conversation. But like me showing off my thigh meat in order to get James from the IT department to like lick his lips or something like that, that's the weird thing. The reason why I started off at the dress being unprofessional is because that's just the first portion of the iceberg. It goes deeper because these are the same people who then make excuses as to why they can do unprofessional things on the platform. If we extended this to any other profession, it probably makes sense. Probably like the medical field, right? You would expect them to dress a certain way and act a certain way, right? But again, it all blends into each other. That's why there's people like that therapist from a couple years ago who openly went on the platform and outed her male patients. Ultimately, she got fired, but it was crazy how unprofessional she was using her TikTok platform or in her professional environment.
Well, hello. It's your friendly neighborhood therapist who thought she could save these hoes, but got her job terminated as a result. Story time? I think yes. Shit you not, I posted a video on Monday telling men that their dusty behavior is only harming them and that they would benefit from emotional intelligence. And I shit you not, by Friday, didn't have employment.
And it would be different if she was recommending just therapy, but she was literally giving examples of her real life patients and berating the men on the internet. Unprofessional as hell. And I know people are thinking that I'm over exaggerating, but trust me, the lines can be extremely blurred once you start to mix the unprofessional and the professional setting. Meet Adriana Williams. This is a former teacher in Monroe Comprehensive High School who was caught with allegations of essaying a child. But it's not just any child, it's her former student. Now, I'm not saying this is the explicit reason as to why this happened, but all this unprofessional behavior being normalized in these professional environments probably gave people an excuse to just let all this stuff slide and go undetected. Because when I see the past videos of how she was acting with her students, she was basically flirting with the kid.
I'll remember him. I taught him last year.
Made a 90.
Yet he still finds a way to see me every day. He is rough-handed. Oh, look, there he goes again. I think he wants to be back in 9th grade.
Why do you keep coming down this hall?
She be calling me. Y'all, she be emailing me to come down.
Why you telling stories? Why you telling
You see how he switched his story.
It look like I'm lying.
Why lie?
Yes.
I'm not.
He gets on my nerves, but that's my twin, we be vibing.
That's your twin, you be vibing.
That's his child. Seriously. That's a child, bro. That's a little child. Twin bees, all that shit. What's up? What are you doing? No, sister, what are you doing?
Man, that's a student. While I do agree that the conversation about respectability politics is real, people shouldn't be judged based off of having dreadlocks or names or, speaking with a certain, tone, vernacular, or whatever the case may be. Those things are real. But that doesn't mean that we can't uphold and maintain professional standards in professional environments. I think the reason why people are giving a bunch of leeway is because these are teachers, first and foremost. But if these were people like doctors, lawyers, accountants, or anything like that, judges, police officers, all those things, people will be looking at it extremely strange that these people want to dress a certain way, act a certain way. And because there's a bigger, broader picture saying that these people are role models to certain young individuals, they should even want to dress a certain way, be a certain way, act a certain way, and not go down this path of just being unprofessional as hell. But let me know what y'all think. Sometimes I can be off in these conversations. I know that
Tell you now, though. Kind of stupid. No. I'm too quick to call things stupid. It's really ill-advised to be doing this type of energy, all for the attention of children. I understand maybe you're attention deprived, you're whatever deprived, right? But children, bro? Children. Do you know how easy it is to get a child's attention? You know how easy it is? And you find accomplishment from doing that. It says more about your mental state and about where you are at emotionally, mentally, and psychologically than it says anything else. Now, this is me trying to be trying to say this in the smartest and most well-approached way as possible. But I usually said would have been, you're stupid. Don't do that. That's stupid as shit. Don't do that. Stop it. Really just stop it. But we're not doing that anymore. We're becoming more suave. You know what I'm saying? Suave. Besides that, though, this was so hard. Like, if you're like teachers, or in a professional setting. When you're at work, be at work. Outside. There's a time and place for everything. Cause this is so stupid and so unnecessary. And now for the SA one, lady, thank you for going. Thank you for taking her away. Somebody, thank you for her going to jail, bro. She moving crazy, bro. She moving crazy. Oh snap! I'm already about 20 minutes. Okay, cool. So thank you for watching the rest of the video. Thank you for chilling with your own. Comment, like, subscribe. And until next time, I've been the Lost Owen. We out.